Well, yeah, I am Kevin Ball. Sometimes this is Aaron Ramsingh.
Aaron Ramsingh, as always.
As always, you know.
And we're here in the beautiful forests.
We legally able to say where? I don't know if it's technically a little bit illegal to be here.
Yeah, so we wouldn't say where, but it is a beautiful forest. You should come and check it out. It have free mangoes, it have free zabuka, it have free fig, it have free cocoa.
There's probably other free things that you don't want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has been a while since the last episode, so sorry about the delay. Pretty sure that nobody was waiting for it.
Yeah, both of our fans.
Yeah.
Oh.
But we still, doing this thing. Yep. A lot has happened. Comic-Con has come and gone with a couple announcements, game-wise.
Well, I mean, you know, when games slow, like now, you know, it's like, you know, the news, a lot of the stuff that's coming out is, a lot of the news is stuff like, it not coming out, delays, right? And remakes.
Yeah.
You know, remakes and re-remakes, you know.
Yeah.
Well, apparently the Last of Us,
Remaster,
is what they call it. Come out for PS4 and
at first I was kind of against it, but now that it released and I seeing the reviews, like people loving it, and it's still like getting tens, and apparently the 60 FPS in this remaster really doing wonders for the
I mean, one person did raise an interesting point though, like, you know, they get the feeling that 60 just feel too smooth, you know. Some people like when they
some people were complaining about it.
Well, I mean, you know, as long as a personal choice, I personally, I do find it, if there's a decision to make whether to push more stuff or to have it at 60, I would rather push more stuff and have it at 30, you know.
Yeah.
And I mean, like when they have a lot of comparisons or like that showing between 60 and 30, and you know, there's some advantages to run it at 30. You know, so it's kind of interesting that now they have, again, almost like a PC-like option. You never really used to see that kind of thing before, you know.
So
never had the option.
Apparently, like Naughty Dog love it, and they say all the games on the PS4 are gonna be 60 FPS target from now on.
And take note, they say target.
But speaking of this 60 FPS, you hear about the guy who's suing Sony?
Oh yeah, suing Sony, yeah.
So this guy is suing Sony for Killzone Shadowfall because it not natively rendered at 1080p.
Which I think he might do it to just prove a point.
Yeah.
Because it's true. Sometimes you just have to prove a point, you know. There was a class action lawsuit against Sony when they removed the Linux support.
Right.
They never gained any traction, but they also did have a point.
Recent news that Evolve just got delayed till February of 2015. I was totally like, WTF, because that was one of my most anticipated games for this year, and now that damn thing get pushed back to 2015.
I also was like WTF, but because I didn't know what Evolve was. What is that? Yeah, well, I mean, you know, I guess they didn't want to pull a EA.
But I mean, I honestly thought it would have released this year because they had playable builds for like the entire year as all the shows and stuff, and then this news kind of take me like from left field, you know. So right now I'm just hoping that Far Cry 4 don't get delayed, because then I'm gonna sell my PS4.
Yeah, you'll never do that. I mean,
just kidding, folks. But
yeah. So like one of my favorite game on GameCube was actually the remake of Resident Evil 1, right? The capital RE make.
Yeah.
You know, I thought that was clever. It's almost a concession on their part, because they're saying, you know what, this is what people want.
Yeah.
And we kind of going broke. So let me just kind of put this out here. And they're coming out on everything, including PC.
But they also announced, well, it was kind of outed by one of the Amazons that they're also gonna remaster the Sleeping Dogs.
Oh yeah.
That gonna come out later on this year. So
right, but I believe they're just gonna be at 1080p 60, and they're gonna use the Ultra HD texture pack that I had for PC or something like that. But
I don't know.
I tried texture pack, and I don't find. I look at some videos of texture pack, and I don't find it look that different.
interesting story that developed recently was Crytek and their money problems. Apparently, Crytek UK wasn't paying their employees, and people like started walking off the job. And I think it was either last week or the week before they announced that these people are gonna be taking over the Homefront sequel that Crytek was working on. I think is Deep Silver.
Alright, these guys who used to publish soccer games and a lot of other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, so I think they're gonna start working on that Homefront Revolution, which was actually looking pretty good when they showed it at E3.
But they still have the engine. Maybe they'll be licensing it and people will be taking that to interesting places, you know.
Hopefully.
But it seems like because it's so much more advanced, people is hardly getting into it.
Yeah.
Like it is hardly see people using it to make other stuff. Shadow Eternals, unfortunately, was gonna use it, I think.
Really?
I think so.
I think Sniper Elite 3 just use it.
Alright, and that.
So, if you wanna play Sniper Elite 3 on PS4, check us out at Bangarang Games. We got that. And tens of other video games for PlayStation consoles.
There's like 31 games. Tens and
Stop,
tens and
stop
tens.
counting.
That's
So
exactly
yeah,
what games.
check out our link. Drop us an email and sign up today. The cheapest, easiest way to play video games in this bush. This bush.
Yeah, and it's like a bad way to experience video games and at a highly inflated cost. You know, a rental, different kind of rental, bad rental, not good rental.
So yeah, the only other option beside Bangarang Games is PlayStation Now, which unfortunately is expensive.
Yeah, that shit is crazy. It's like
$45 for a 90-day rental, right? You might as well just buy the disc, because the disc cheaper than that, right? So, I don't understand. I mean, I think they have rentals for like 7 hours on 2 or 3 days or something like that. Those are relatively okay prices, right? It's like $2 or $4 or something like that. Right?
I don't know. Maybe if you have like a real short game, it'll be worth it. Alright.
So yeah, rent from Bangarang Games.
Yeah, not PS Now. At least not now. Maybe eventually they will restructure that price plan. Because that shit was made by people on drugs. Of course, the games was probably made by people on drugs.
You mightn't care, but games that we playing or have recently played, like I recently completed Wolfenstein, which was pretty good, right? I mean, they try to get the whole retro feel of the older games in it without really compromising to the standard FPS stuff from nowadays.
Yeah, and
so like dual wielding the guns, totally freaking awesome, right?
I think that was from the old one too.
Yeah.
You know, so
that I mean, I don't remember seeing that in any game recently, and that was like real good. And it
actually
had a very good story.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like
It reminded
I didn't finish it as yet, but you know, it's like
it reminded me of Resistance 3.
Yeah.
Like, I also finished Gravity Rush on the PlayStation Vita finally, and that was actually a pretty good platformer. It had like this sweet charm to it. It was almost like a Miyazaki movie.
Alright.
So yeah, any games you finished recently?
Yeah, I finished a modern game. You know, a modern game. You know, I finished Link Between Worlds on a 3DS. You know,
Nice.
it was very good. It's not quite I was kind of hoping that it would have been more like Link's Awakening on the old Nintendo, you know, but still waiting on that. Somehow that's still my favorite one, you know. But it was good even so, you know. Let me see what else. But oh yeah, well the other stuff I'm playing is on the 3DS, but is old. You know, like the Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow and
Right.
one of the games I'm playing is actually new. Super Mario 3D Land. You know, that's going good. Another crazy story. Guess what game they put into the iPad and iOS in general?
Oh, BioShock.
How the hell is that gonna work?
No freaking idea.
You're gonna need plasmids to play that. You know, gonna need plasmids to play that.
Definitely.
Oh, you know what? You're gonna have to play it on the iPad and use the iPod as a controller. Metro Redux.
I ain't really hear nothing about that.
but as they released a video comparing it.
I didn't see.
Yeah, supposedly I think this one is even further than Last of Us. You know, they well,
Nice.
first of all, again, 2 games in one.
So that's a must buy.
Right? Yeah. Supposedly you're gonna have is Xbox One, PS4,
Right.
PC, right? Gonna be able to do all the things that they wasn't able to do in the last gen iterations of it. Run at 60 FPS.
Sweet. Yeah, I remember hearing that.
Right, run at 60 FPS. More geometry in the environment, supposedly. More advanced lighting, global illumination.
Wow. Because it
know,
was pretty impressive to begin with.
Even in the, even on the console,
So, yeah.
even on the Xbox 360 and PS3, looking good. Much more for the PC, and now supposedly, and the thing with the PC is that now you can run in 4K. Couldn't even run the old one in 10 with everything pushed, but now you can run in 4K. Star Citizen still looking good.
Yes. So yeah, folks, I think that's about it for the show this time around, because the insects are all biting and we don't want to get trapped in this forest in the night time. Tune in next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. So yeah, folks, thanks for watching, and until next time, bless.
Yeah, and have fun with Metrico. It's right here, it's not like I jumped down.
And here, you see the native Kevin feasting on the natural vegetation.
Yeah, this is